All right, my creators, how are you today? We are going to make some cute girly wall art just using Canva. We're going to use the elements in Canva, and I'm going to show you how you can start a digital store, a digital product store selling cute girly wall art. So if you are ready, let's go. All right, my creators, so it is always important to note whenever you are using elements or images or fonts, graphics from any creator or any site, you want to check to see if it's PLR or done for you. And if it's neither of those, you want to make sure that you at least check the license agreement. So I asked Google's AI about Canva and using their elements and things. So I'm sure if you went to Canva's website, it would tell you the same thing because AI, if you didn't know, it actually pulls information from the web, and usually it'll pull from the home website of the company that you are inquiring about. So if you look on the screen, this is what the AI has said. It says, yes, you can use Canva elements for commercial use, but there are some important stipulations, okay? Canva's content license agreement allows you to use both free and pro content for both personal and commercial products, including marketing materials, social media, and merchandise. However, you cannot resell or redistribute Canva content on its own. So that means you have to add other elements that you have created to these particular elements that you get from Canva. So if you keep reading down a little bit more, you will find more information. What you cannot do, you cannot sell or redistribute Canva content on a standalone basis. Basically, what I was just telling you, okay? And you cannot take credit for Canva content. We're not trying to do that either. Okay. So add your own creativity. When using Canva content for commercial use, you should always add your own creativity to the design by incorporating other elements, text, or layouts. So I encourage you, I am not an attorney. I'm not advising you. I'm only showing you what I'm reading and what I would do. It is up to you to make your own decision. And you can go on Canva's website to read more. Okay. So just make sure that you check because I am not an attorney and I'm not telling you what to do. You'll have to check that out on your own. But for what I am looking at as a creator, it does not look as though there's a problem with using elements from Canva as long as we put in our own additional elements. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now, let's get started. All right, my creators, so let's get ready to have some fun. So I'm on canva.com, and most of you who have been with me for a while know that I have the pro subscription. And so a lot of the elements and things that I use here on Canva are from the pro subscription, or you can only use it if you have a pro subscription. So I'll try to use as many free as I can, but sometimes with the elements, they're just not as many. Now, you can find some nice fonts that are free, but the elements, that's another story. So, if you are planning on using Canva for professional use, if you really want to start your digital demand store or digital product store, I would highly, highly suggest that you get the Canva Pro subscription. Okay. But anyway, so now we're on Canva, we're on the home page, and I am creating a custom size. And when I'm making wall art, I like to make the custom size as large as possible so that we can easily downsize it to smaller sizes if needed, because it's much easier to take something large and downsize rather than taking something small and stretching it out. Okay, so we're going to make this a 40 by 60 inch. Okay, so you just make sure you're on the units, you want to choose inches, In the width, you want to type 40, and then the height, you want to type 60. And then we are just going to create a new design. So here is our 40 by 60-inch workspace right here. And this is where all the magic is going to happen. So on the left, I'm on the Elements tab. So in here, I'm just going to type in woman, and let's see what comes up. All right, let me click on See All. Okay, and let's look at some of these here. And all you have to do is just choose what you want to have on your design. So I'm just going to choose something and then we'll get started. Okay, so I see a few that I like. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add 2 more pages, and I'm going to add the image that I want on each page. And they're going to be kind of similar images because we're going to kind of make like a 3-piece wall art. So we're going to take this one. Sorry guys, this is a pro subscription. So I told you most of the ones that are really good are pro. All right, so let's go to page 2. Let's click on this one. And now let's go to page 3 and let's find a different one. I think this is the same one. Okay, let's use her for number 3. Okay, so they all kind of have the same theme. All right, so let's start on page 1. Now, what I want to do is create a background, and I'm going to kind of put her, I don't know if I want her further down or up yet. We will see. We're going to kind of leave it in the middle because I think I want the background to kind of show around her on the edges. So now let's go over to photos and let's type in brown background texture. And let's see what comes up. Okay, so we've got some different backgrounds. I like this one. I like several. Let's use this one for now. And let's click on the 3 dots here and let's set this image to the background. Nice, I like that. Like that. While we're on the backgrounds, let's just go ahead and try to find backgrounds for the other 2 as well. Let's choose this one for her. Let's click on the 3 dots, set images background. Let's click on this one. Let's kind of find an orange color for this one and see if we can. This is nice. I like that one. Yeah, not that one. I think this one is better. So let's click on the 3 dots here and set this image to background as well. Okay, so we have our backgrounds for all 3. Okay, so now we can start adding some elements around her to fill in the space. So you guys know I love my gold. So I'm going to type in gold line and see. Actually, let me type in gold bokeh, Bokeh, and see what comes up. I like this. But I don't know if this will be right for this particular image. I think I need something that's more gradient-like. So let me type in gold gradient. And let's see what comes up here. All right, so let's scroll down. Yeah, it's still not quite what I'm looking for. So let's go back to gold. Let's just type in gold and see what comes up. A lot comes up. So we just have to choose something. Let's choose this for 1. I'm going to make this larger. And since we can now change the color on some of the elements in Canva, I think we're going to use the same gradient in the next, in page 2 and 3 as well. And maybe we'll just change the color to match the photos. Okay, so let me duplicate this, bring it down here. We're going to go to position and we are going to bring the focal image, which is the woman, to the front. So there we go. And now you guys know I can't stand when art cuts off at the bottom like that. So this is what I have to try to camouflage. So I'm gonna go back to elements and I'm gonna type in gold line and see what we can find. Maybe gold slash. Yeah, that's more like it. Okay. So this is one of my absolute favorites. I love this. And we can change the color of this as well. So we're going to end up copying this down to the next um, images or designs as well on page 2 and 3. So we can keep the same flow for each one. Okay. Love that. Love it. Love it. Love it. Make her a little larger. We can pull her down some and we can pull this, trying to grab this. We can pull this down, pull her down there. We can make her somewhat larger. There we go. And I think I want to duplicate this gold again because I want it to really show. So I'm going to go to position and I'm going to put it behind her and I'm going to duplicate it again. I'm going to pull it down here where the other one is. And over here on the layers tab, I'm just moving it to the back of her again. So there we go. So now we have our first piece of art. That's adorable. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so now what we want to do, we want to copy these same elements to the next pages as well. So we can do it two ways. We can actually click on the position tab and then go to layers. We can highlight the ones that we want by holding, in this case, the control key. Okay, when elements are not like back to back, like over here on the left, we have the focal image in between here. So I can't hold shift because shift would copy all of these. I have to click on control because I don't want to include her. So I'm going to click on the three dots. I'm going to say copy. Then I'm going to go down to number 2 and we are going to do control V. I'm on a laptop, so not a Mac. So I don't know what you do on a Mac, but on a laptop, it's control V. On a laptop, it's control V, or you could right click and also choose paste. Okay, so now while we're on position on the layers tab, I'm going to move the focal image, which is the woman, to the top of these. Now, the other thing I want to do, because this is right here, this gold bar, that is kind of my guiding, kind of my guide, right? So I am making her a little taller. And let me go back to page 1. And let me see. Yeah, they're about even. I wanted to make sure that they were about the same height, the top of her head and the top of her head. And they are about the same. Now, what I want to do though, with this one, I want to change the gold to more of the maybe a brownish or reddish color like her lips, or even kind of like the light beige in her shirt. So let's change this color. So Canva is so great about picking up all of the colors that are in your photos that are on your page. So if you look on the left, it's showing the photos that are there. So I could choose that color, or I could choose this color, and I'm on the left-hand side. I think I'll choose this color for that one. Let's see if I do this one. I could choose that one too. All right, so I want to choose all of them though and make them the same. So I'm going to click on position because I can't easily grab them all here. So I'm going to grab them by going to the layers tab. And now it's highlighted on the page because I chose it on the layers tab. And now I'm going to click back on here and I'm going to change the color. So I'm going back to position, going back to my other ones here. Where's that at? Okay, I want to change this color as well. And now let me go back to position. Let me change this one as well. Okay, so now we have changed all of the colors of those. Now I want to change the color of this one as well. Make her a little smaller. So I can pull it down some. Let me see, I want to make her elongated without taking off the sides of her hair. Okay, that works. So now I'm going to change the color of this as well. We're going to try to make it the same color. There we go, looks great. Okay, so now you can see the similarities between this one and that one. So you can see how we would make this a three-piece wall art. All right, now let's go here to this one. Now, since the last thing that we copied and pasted were the elements, I'm going to just paste them here as well. Okay, let me just click on here, paste. Okay, so now, you know what? While they're out front, I'm going to change the colors now while they're out front. All right, so this one, we're going to make this kind of an orange color. And here on the left-hand side, you can see it's showing the colors that are in the background and also the picture. So let's make this an orangey color. That one is too dark. I think it blends in too much with the background. All right, so now let's change this one. All right, click on the color wheel. And I think we had it, was it this one? No. Well, we can actually kind of blend them, make them all a little different. Okay, let's go back to position. Let's click on this one because I can't seem to find it just on the page. So now I've highlighted it through the layers tab. I'm clicking here and let me make it an orange. Let me go back to position. Let me click on this one and let me make this one an orangey color as well. Let's see if we can make this brown. Okay, looks good. Now let's change the color of the gold glitter down here. And let's make this an orangey color as well. Both of those look good. So I'll just leave it like that. Okay, so now we can go back to position and we are going to move the lady to the top. Oh shoot, sometimes it's kind of hard to move these around. There we go. Okay, I want this in front of her because I want it on top. Okay, and now we're going to make her a little larger so that she is the same height approximately as the other ones also. Let's just kind of move her around a little. Okay, I can't really make her longer because watch this, creators. With elements and photos, when you elongate, you see on the side how we're losing some of her. I don't want to lose her arms. So I'm just going to take this, move it up, and if I need to duplicate it, I can just duplicate it and make it a little wider or thicker or deeper. Okay, now let's go back over here. Now, it's something about this background I don't really like. I'm not sure why, but I think I need it to be a little darker. So let's go over to photos again and let's type in brown background. And let's find something. I want something, I think that's a little darker. Let's try this one. I'm trying to do it where it just replaces the entire background. Didn't do that. So when it doesn't do that, if you just click on it and then go to the three dots, replace the background. Yes, I think that is much better. Now I'm going to duplicate this one too, since I duplicated the other one. And I'm going to go over here and I'm going to duplicate this one as well. Now, her body was a little longer than the others. So I can push that up, push the gold up a little bit just to kind of make it even. All right, so we've got one, we got two, we got three beautiful, beautiful art images. I love these, absolutely love them. Now it looks like these seem to be, and I think because they're down further, they seem to be a little larger. So I'm going to go over here and select these two and make these just a little larger and move them over somewhat. Then I'm going to go here. I'm going to do the same with these. I don't think I need to make these too much larger. Okay, there we go. Now, if you want to add some sparkle, you can. If we go back over to elements and we type in gold sparkle, okay, so you get a lot of different things. I love this piece right here. I don't know what it is about this, but it's like it adds some depth to the picture without overtaking it. And I'm going to duplicate it and we're going to put them behind the woman. But while I have them, make them go across the whole page. While I have these, I'm going to hit the shift key and I'm going to actually copy these because we're going to put those on the second and third designs as well. So now let's go over to position and let's move these two to the back of the lady. There we go. See how it adds just a little bit of depth, not too much, but just a little something extra. Okay, so now let's right click and paste them here. Let's go to position and let's move both of them to the back of the lady. Perfect. And now let's go to 3 and I can paste again. Let's go to position. Oh, I was already on position, wasn't I? Okay, position, and let's choose these two. Move it to the back of her. Now you have 3 beautiful pieces of girly wall art that you can sell. You can start these in your digital shop. So let's click on the grid view so that you can see them all 3 together. Click that again. All right, let me make this a little larger so you can see it a little better. There we go. So now you can see all 3. So it's like a, a 3-piece, and that's very popular on Etsy as well. And you know what I noticed? It's good to do this because on number 3, you see her head is a little taller than the others. So we're going to have to adjust that a little bit, just a little. So let's double click on number 3 and let me make this smaller again. A little too big there. All right, so we can either pull her down like that. I think we'll just pull her down. Okay, so now let's click on the grid view again and let's see. Make it a little larger on here. Okay, so now you can see they're about even, right? The heads are about in the same place. The glitter on the bottom is about the same place. So this is a beautiful girly 3-piece wall art that you just made on Canva. You didn't have to spend anything extra. You made it on Canva, and you can sell these as digital wall art. So you can start a digital product store doing things like this, creating art like this simply from Canva and just using all of Canva's elements. So there you go. I love this. I think these are beautiful. Let me know in the comments what you think about these. So you can see this is a mock-up with all 3 images. This is beautiful. And this shows you why mock-ups are so very important. If you have a digital store or even a print-on-demand store, you really have to have mock-ups. You can't do it without mock-ups. Just putting this on the screen is not going to show the customer what it will look like in frame. So even if you're selling the digital file, or if you're selling this as a canvas wall art, or printed picture in a frame, this shows your customers the potential and what it will look like on their walls. So this is, I love this. I think it's stunning. And we did this all in Canva. By the way, my creators, don't forget to grab my free ebook. Click the link below. It's in the description, and it's also in the pinned comment. This ebook will help you to understand digital products and how you can start making some passive income now. All right, my creators, so now you have your new designs that you have created in Canva. You have created totally new designs. So I think that they're okay to sell, but you just want to make sure that you check Canva yourself, check with an attorney if you need to, really understand Canva's language, okay? But basically, you can bundle these up. You can sell them as a 3 piece wall art set, or you can sell them individually. You can sell them in different sizes as well. I have videos on this channel about how to resize your images for sale. And I also have videos about how to package your digital products to deliver to your customers. All right, my creators, I had a ball as usual. So don't forget to get your free ebook, okay? Your free ebook. Check the link in the description and also in the pinned comments. And remember, the more we create, the less we hate. And I will see you in the next video.